Good afternoon, it's Jeremy. It's Saturday, April the 26th. In my previous video, I looked at some simple hardware that we can use to decode amateur radio and university student CubeSats, and I looked at using the RTL bandpass filter and a low noise amplifier for the 433 megahertz or 70 centimeter band. In this video, I'd like to quickly look at some software that's available that we can use to decode transmissions. And then in the next couple of videos, we'll do some off-air decoding. But I just want to look at the software first. So here's my blog post, and this is kind of the setup that I'm going to be using. We'll have our hardware, and we'll use SDR Sharp or GNURadio. And with those two programs, you can either stream live the reception of the CubeSat, or you can save it as a WAV file. There'll be kind of three modes of saving it. If it's an FSK type of waveform, you'll use the FM narrowband demod. And if it's anything else, you'll use the USB narrow or wide. If it's narrow and fits into a 3 kilohertz bandwidth, you'll center it at 1.5 kilohertz. And if it's wide, it'll be 0 to 24 kilohertz, and you'll center it at 12 kilohertz. And we're going to be using an out-of-tree module called GR Satellites, developed by Daniel Estevez, which is an incredible program. It's got all sorts of possibilities there. And the easiest way to get that on Windows is to use Radio Conda. So here are some of the points of GR satellites. The best way to get into GR satellites actually is to look at Daniel Estevez's GitHub page. It's got everything there. Let's just quickly summarize some of the points here. So it's a command line type of operation. So basically you're going to put in GR satellites with some command options, and it'll decode the WAV file or decode the stream. It outputs packets in hex or in parse telemetry. We'll see that in a minute. It supports over 282 satellites and 53 protocols. So it's pretty amazing. The type of data is float 32 at 48 kilosamples per second. This is a standard sampling rate for audio type of files coming from SDRs. You can use a conventional radio, or you can use an SDR or WAV files. And you can use GNURadio to stream or save it as a WAV files. And these are the options there. So let's look at the GitHub page here. The important thing here is there's some satellite recordings in this folder here which are very useful, so you can use that to practice using the software. There's excellent documentation, so if you go down here and click on the documentation, it'll take you to this page, and so it's got all the steps you need to do. And this is an interesting thing here. It's a supported satellite, so it's a list of all the satellites that are supported. Now, as I said, the best way to get GR satellites is with Radio Conda. So here's the page for Radio Conda, or installing GNURadio. So for Windows, they list Radio Conda here. And let's go back to the blog post here. So here's an example. Daniel, in one of his presentations, I think it was to AMSAT in the UK, he gave an example here. Here's FunCube. It's listed in the available satellites. It's called AO73. It's got another name, FunCube, or a NORAD number. And basically what you do is you put that WAV file. This is the data of the satellite, and in the satellite recordings there is a WAV file called AO73.WAV. So what I did is I just created a directory close to C. This is the Radio Conda prompt. Don't confuse it with the command prompt from on Windows 10. It's a Radio Conda prompt, so you find that under Radio Conda in the start menu. So I put that file in there, and that's the command line you use. You use GR_satellites. That's the name of the satellite. That's where the input is coming from. It could be stream. In this case, it's from a WAV file, and that's the list of the WAV file. And lo and behold, this is a decode. Actually, in this particular case, it gives you telemetry, which is amazing. So that's the telemetry from the satellite. And here's another decode that I used to practice. In the last video, I was trying to receive EIR-SAT. So it's listed under the supported satellites, which is good. So it's supported by GR satellites. EIR-SAT is well documented. They have their own GitHub page, and they also have recordings. So that's what I did here. This is the, I have my recording stored in a USB drive, and I used this command here. Where is it now? Yeah, GR satellites. That's the name of the satellite wave file, and there's primary and no convolution.wave. These are the recordings available in the EIR-SAT. It's called Beacon Main. That's the name of the software there, Beacon. So if you download that code, you can get those wave files. Here, you don't get the telemetry output, you get a hex dump. So anyways, that's just a summary of using GR satellites, which is a pretty amazing collection of programs there that you can use to decode the CubeSats.